Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Martin Pavey here. Welcome back to the channel. I found a really beautiful little spot right on the edge of the public part of Chatsworth Park, overlooking, as you can see, the beautiful view. And it's quite unassuming, and maybe some might say, oh, it'd make you cringe. That should make you cringe, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Before we do that, please do like, subscribe and share if you enjoy these videos. I don't know if you've noticed, but people really don't like themselves. In fact, a lot of people really hate themselves. And a phrase that I keep hearing all over the place, saying, if your past efforts didn't make you cringe, then you're not doing things right. I just think, no. Honestly, it's so strange, because every single step that you take brings you to the point that you're at now, and that's what we call progress, right? That's what we call progress. And every single step that you take is necessary for your progress, to learn skills, to get more confident. And you do YouTube and you create thumbnails, and later you'll do a different design and it'll be upgraded, but you can't just jump. Everything is a stepping stone, and you make incremental progress. And I was talking in my video yesterday that it doesn't matter how big or small steps are. Progress is progress, and developing yourself is all of that is positive. And it's really weird, because all of this kind of, oh God, you've got to cringe at what you used to do. That's denying who you are. That's denying the process. That's denying the fact that you've made progress. It's all really, really self-loathing. And I just don't really understand it. But I'll be honest, most of the people that I'm following on, particularly on Twitter at the moment, they're all quite young. And I think they've been sort of hammered with this message of, you've got to take 1,000% action and all of this different stuff. And sort of the Andrew Tate syndrome has sort of taken over the world somewhat, because unless it's absolutely perfect and you've done this and you've taken that step rather than your own path, then somehow your progress is wrong. And I want to encourage you to keep reminding yourself all the time that it's your life. It's your progress, and there's a huge amount of unresolved ego, and obviously some of that is youth, and it's exuberance, and it's enthusiasm, and it's wanting to make as much progress in as short a space of time as possible. But I think the wisdom of slightly older people is that you realize it doesn't matter what steps you're taking, really. Obviously you have a focus, you have a goal, you want to build a business, you want to make sales, you want to become more confident, you want to have better relationships, but all of that, it takes time. And we're reminded all the time that patience is a virtue. Well, at least when I was growing up, that used to be a big thing. And so don't cringe at yourself. Be proud of yourself for being one of the people who are doing things. If you're growing a Twitter account, say, and it's quite a warm day today. If you're growing a Twitter account, there are people just basically get into the comments and start commenting and interacting with people, which is obviously it's a good thing to do. But I was speaking with this young lad the other day, really nice, really, really genuinely nice guy, and he was saying, oh well, yeah, but anybody can comment, and it's like, well, yes, but do they? This is the difference. This is the distinction that you have to make. Well, yeah, anybody can, but very few people actually do. That's the difference. The doing is the difference. And I'm sure that I will look at my thumbnails from you know, on the YouTube channel that I'm creating at the moment, I'm sure that in a few years' time, when my style has evolved and I've found my natural footing with those, that I'll think, oh, isn't it funny that, you know, the idea that I've got at whatever stage in the future, I wonder why that didn't come to me. So, well, yeah, but no, no, you have to go through all of the different stages, and it's just as important, and this is a big lesson, it's just as important to know what not to do, and you learn as you grow. As I don't believe in mistakes. I never have, because you only know what you know at a particular point in time, and so nothing is cringeworthy. We're always positioned, we're always placed in a particular paradigm, in a particular situation, and we only know what we know. But that develops over time the more that you do things, and it's really interesting now that I've been doing my YouTube channel, this YouTube channel here, for 3 months, 3 months at the end of this month, and I notice now the momentum is really starting to build. I got a couple of really fantastic comments from a chap yesterday. I'm getting more consistent followers, you know, and it's gradual, and you can sort of feel the pace of it. And why, ask yourself the question, why would you cringe at that? You wouldn't. You wouldn't, because you don't cringe at fantastic progress. You don't cringe at becoming more accomplished. And what I tend to find is that the people who say these sort of phrases like, oh my God, you'll look back and you'll think, oh my God, what was I doing? I was so terrible, and blah, 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 blah. Every master was once a disaster. Even that, I used to kind of ascribe to that. That's a T. Harv Eker quote. Every master was once a disaster. Well, no, you weren't a disaster. You were a beginner. You were starting out. You didn't know exactly what you were doing. And it's a bit sort of tongue-in-cheek, a bit American. But no, you were somebody that was starting out. So you're already on the path to mastery, you know, to mastering skills, which is what a master is. It's somebody who's really good at something. But to take that first step into the unknown and to say, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to embrace every single step. I'm going to be proud of myself for doing it consistently. That already is more mastery than most people will achieve in their lives. So don't cringe at it. The people that want you to cringe at it are the ones who want to get your attention to just buy their products. It's clickbait, all these things, you know, we talk about clickbait and as it's just a YouTube thing. It's not. People want to hook you in. So I don't really ascribe, and I notice that with those kind of accounts, that the ones who say this stuff, who think that you should be embarrassed by things, well, actually, I notice that a lot of the content that they also produce it's quite cynical, and that's not what I'm about. I'm actually about really embracing the progress that you're making, really embracing the fact you've made the decision to make your life better in whatever way. And I think that's what counts. Anything else, I think is just counterproductive. I really do. And I want to encourage you to not cringe, to not cry, to not feel embarrassed, but to actually feel principled and strong and fantastic for actually stepping out and doing something. So take that with you today and embrace all the fantastic progress that you're making. And if you are starting out, remember, every single person started out with 0 followers. They started out with 0 subscribers. They started out with 0 comments. But the ones that kept going and were consistent, those people, you can take yourself a really long way, much further away than you realize. You've got it in you. So thank you very much. Martin Pavey here. Please do like, subscribe and share if you've enjoyed this video, and give me any comments below if you want to suggest ideas for future videos, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Ciao for now.